wanted to do a video a little bit on driving here in Chile and what it's like. Today I'm driving to Osorno to go to the home center to exchange a product I bought yesterday. So almost an hour and a half of driving for exchanging a product. But here's a prime example of what you're going to see. That's a farm tractor. And this is a feeder road. It's not a main road, but it's a pretty good sized traffic road. And you're going to see farm tractors on here. Now in Chile, to be able to drive a farm tractor on the road, not just on your farm, it has to have those flashing lights. You have to have a licensed tractor driver. They have to have a license to drive that. And they have to follow certain precautions. They actually have turn signals and brake lights on those, as well as headlights and all too. They have to meet all those demands. And those vehicles, those farm tractors, are inspected annually to make sure all those lights are working just like regular automobiles are. Now, you'll see that people are going to pass this guy on this hill and you can't see ahead of you, and there's a truck coming. Not really smart, but that's what they do here. They're like to do that. So now's our turn. Another interesting thing in Chile is almost all the music on the radios in English. Lots of English music here in the United States, Britain, Great Britain. So you see a lot of buses here. There are not a lot of vehicles in Chile that are privately owned. I mean, compared to the United States, I think 1 out of every 6 people owns a vehicle in Chile. In the United States, is probably of driving age. In the United States, is probably, you know, 4 or 5 out of 6 own a vehicle. Some people own 2 vehicles. Here, vehicles automobiles and trucks are real expensive. Yes, they do have speed limits here in Chile. In the Campo, on this road, for instance, it's unmarked, but it's 100 kilometers an hour. And what you'll find is school buses and tractor trailers and trucks and the like. The maximum they'll go is 80. On the main road, the Ruta 5, which goes all the way from the farthest point north to the farthest, almost all the way down. It stops near Porto Montt. Because it's the Trans-American Highway, and that highway is 120 kilometers an hour is the average speed. And just so you know, it's a rainy day today, but the views here are normally spectacular. And this is really just a lovely, relaxing drive if you just remember that life's not about getting somewhere so fast. Yeah? So here we are starting to come into the city, and I wanted to discuss, you know, some more about the rules of driving here, because some of you may have to be driving around here. And here's how it works. Okay, if you have a valid license in the United States, not expired, then you can drive here with your passport on you at all times. There's some really important things to remember. Pedestrians typically have the right of way almost all the time. They really super duper do have the right of way whenever it's a marked area for pedestrians or in school zones. If you hit somebody and you hurt them or you kill them, it's attempted murder or murder here in Chile. Really, the onus is on you, the automobile driver, to make sure that you don't hit somebody else, okay? Also, you're not allowed to text and drive. You're probably not allowed to film and drive either, but you can talk on your phone and drive as long as it's a speakerphone, so that is permissible. Also, when you come to a crosswalk, I'm going to show you what happens when you get there. Hopefully we'll have somebody in the crosswalk and you'll see. Well, this overpass we're going to go underneath here is the Pan-American or Trans-American Highway, which is Ruta 5, Route 5 is what it's called here in Chile. It goes all the way from the farthest point of north down to Porto Montt, 2/3 of the country, to say the least. Here in Chile, when you come to a stoplight, if you're making a left turn, typically you have to have a green arrow to make that left turn. That person did it illegally. But here we are, we're coming up on the flashing yellow lights up there on our right. and that is a crosswalk. And what you'll see is there'll be railings there, handrails, and people will step out to that crosswalk and just step out in the middle of the road. And this little crosswalk, you better stop. You better stop. And what happens is when people stop, like they should, they put on their emergency blinkers so that whoever's behind him or behind them realizes that there's somebody walking in front of them and that they shouldn't come whipping around them. So there's a downtown Osorno, and we're going to go in here. Don't speed in Chile. They will, they'll put you in jail. They do not play games with that, and they do have radar. Pedestrians always have the right of way, especially in a walkway. You must have your headlights on at all times when you're not inside of city limits specifically. In the city limits, they don't make people have their headlights on, and you must have your seatbelt on as the driver specifically at all times. They're just now coming out with car seats here for kids, and I'm really not up on those laws, to tell you the truth. So I'm not going to really go down that trail. If you fly down here in an airliner and you have your car seat with you on the airplane and all that good stuff, which is fun, I remember those days, just use your car seat. It would probably be, you know, okay, you can be legal and be smart all at the same time. If you come to a crosswalk, the pedestrians are walking over, you put your flashers on, your emergency flashers, so that people know that you're stopping for a pedestrian. If you pull over to the side of the road, you must have your flashers on. Also, every car should be equipped with an orange reflective vest that you have to wear if you have to change a tire or something like that. Ciao from Chile Expat.